Okay guys, welcome back. I want to talk about one of the most basic exercises that you can do, and that's push-ups. Push-ups are something that's programmed into almost every workout program that you have ever seen. Definitely every workout program that I've ever seen incorporates push-ups to some degree. But there's a right way and a wrong way to do push-ups, and there's also a lot of variety when it comes to push-ups. There's a lot of ways that you can do it to work different muscle groups, and there's a lot of things that you can do to make them difficult, more difficult, and easier and possible for anybody. So what I want you to get out of your head first of all is the thought that you can't do push-ups. I hear it constantly, and it's just flat not true. There's 1,000 ways you can do push-ups. So I'm going to show you a few of those ways right now and give you some ideas so that you can take this and plug it into your workout at home. All right, so basic push-ups look like this. When you get down on the floor, the push-up needs to be in a flat plank position. So first mistake I see a lot of people make is they start their push-ups and they do this number right here. That's not good. That's bad mechanics. So having an arched back like this is not the proper way to do push-ups. The other one that I see is this business going on with your butt stuck up in the air. That's bad mechanics too. You're asking for trouble with your core and with your lower back if you do push-ups like that. So when you do push-ups, you got to make sure that your abs are contracted, that your core is tight. But something that a lot of people don't think about when it comes to push-ups is that you actually have to contract your glute muscles. So when you get down on the floor, first thing you want to do before you push up is squeeze your glutes. Squeeze them tight, like you're gonna turn your toes out. Okay? Squeeze your glutes. Put your hands right here, not out here. I see a lot of people doing their push-ups with their hands way out here. Now there's a time and a place for that, but a basic push-up is not way out here. It starts right here. Okay? The way to make push-ups functional is to place your hands where you would place them if you were going to push a large, heavy object. If you're going to push something really, really big away from you, you wouldn't do it with your arms way out here because there's not enough strength there. So you put your hands in close like this so that you have the maximum amount of pushing force. It also increases the range of motion that you'll use for your shoulders, your elbows, and for the maximum stretch and push with the chest muscles and the shoulder muscles that you're going to be using. Okay, so hands start here. I like to put my hands where my thumbs are just right about my armpits like this, and that gives me a good starting place. So on the floor, squeeze the glutes, like I told you. Hands right there by your armpits, and you're going to push straight up. Now notice I'm going to keep my body flat the whole time. None of this. None of this. Sometimes that happens a little bit when you get fatigued, but don't let it happen, especially at first. And down. Proper push-ups are done when you're fully extended, and when you come down, your chest needs to touch the floor. Your chest needs to touch the floor every single time to make sure you maximize the range of motion. So which muscles are we working? The ones that people feel the most are the chest muscles here, which is what you immediately think of with push-ups, but you're also working your triceps, which if you do 100 push-ups, you're going to feel your triceps. But you're also working the front part of your shoulders, and that's extremely important. You're actually engaging your biceps a little bit, which a lot of people don't think about. You are also, because you're maintaining a flat plank position like so, you're engaging your glute muscles and you're engaging your hip flexors and your core. So this is almost a full body exercise just to do push-ups. And that's not something people are thinking about very often when they're doing push-ups, but now you are. So there's a lot of different ways to do push-ups. So I'm going to turn and face you, because what you just saw is a basic push-up here, like this. But we can change that up to work muscles in different ways. So let's talk about that wide push-up, like this. Super wide. You're working your pec muscles in a different way, your shoulder muscles in a different way. It's okay to do that, but that's just not the basic form of a push-up. It's great to add some variety to your workout, so it's okay to do some of those. Just make sure you have the right starting place. The other thing you can do is what's called a diamond push-up. So you'll make a diamond shape like this. Your hands go right here, and you do your push-up where you're coming down and your chest touches that diamond. You can also move your hands a little farther forward for something more advanced and bring your nose into that diamond. Now those diamond style push-ups will work your triceps a lot more. Again, great to add the variance there. You can also stagger your hands like so. So as I do a push-up like this, stagger them like so. Another way to add variance. Of course, you can add some plyometric effect to the push-up by incorporating some things like claps or pushing yourself up off the floor. It's a little more advanced. So you can come up. That would be a plyo push-up, or do a clapping push-up. Just like that. Again, you may have to get a little stronger before you can do that, but that's a goal that you can set for yourself. Now, there's some other ways you can make this more difficult, so follow me over here. We can take some weights like this. They also make some push-up handles that you can buy them at Target and different places like that allow you to have your hands elevated off the floor. I just grabbed some weights to demonstrate that here for you. When you put your hands on the weights, it means that you're elevated. So now when I come and I touch my chest to the floor, I'm at what's called a deficit, which means my chest is lower than my hands are. So the stretch in my deltoids and my pec muscles is even more. Makes it more difficult, increases the range of motion, and overall it will increase your strength. So this is something you can work towards. And then the higher the handles are, the bigger the deficit, the more difficult it is. Now, you can also take something just as simple as a chair here to increase the difficulty of your push-ups. All you have to do is put your feet back here. This does two things for you. It adds weight to your arms, because there's more of you up here, but it also changes the angle of your push-ups, so it works the top of your pec muscles a little bit more than just a standard push-up does. That'll add volume to the top of the pec muscles and increases your strength overall. So that's something you can do. Just like that. Lots of ways you can do this. Tons of variance with push-ups, but some people are not ready to do full push-ups. So what are you going to do? You're not allowed to say that you can't do it, because I already told you that. So how are we going to make it easier? This is how you do that. Here's your standard push-up. Maybe you're not strong enough to do that yet, so put your knees on the ground and do it like that. Decreases the amount of weight that you're pushing up, makes it easier. Some people are not quite ready for that even, and that's okay. You don't have to be. You just have to start somewhere. So take that same chair, do your push-ups on the chair. You can do it on your feet, or if you're still not ready for that, you can do it on your knees. If this is still difficult for you, turn the chair around and do it just like this. I even go so far with some of my older patients that have never done anything like this before. I even go so far as to have them stand against the wall and push away from the wall, and then progressively move their feet back until they're leaning more forward. So it doesn't matter if you've never even exercised in your life. It doesn't matter if you lack some strength, you've had shoulder injuries. There is a way that you can do push-ups no matter what your situation is in life. I want you guys to have tools like this to take home and program workouts for yourself and get active and increase your metabolic potential. I want you guys to be as healthy as you possibly can, and that's why we're doing these videos for you. For more videos like this, go to ourdailyvictory.com, and we'll see you soon.